Hello glass fans and welcome to another GlassQuest video. I'm Marcus Ellinger, the Master Assistant Glassblower.
And I'm Mark the Dad, the master of everything else in the studio.
Go to glassquest.com to find out more information about GlassQuest hand-blown art glass studio and see our full product line. And on all the social medias, find us at GlassQuest Art.
Today we are making an egg in the studio.
Getting our first gather out of the furnace, 2,000 degrees. There's only clear glass in the furnace.
We're going to put a special design on the inside using some color and some sodium nitrate. Gives it a bunch of swirling bubbles on the inside. It really sparkles.
I'm going to an optic mold to give it some nice ribs to help with the swirls and bubbles. There's the sodium nitrate you were talking about.
Yep, in with the color. You can see it smoking away.
So here you go to put a nice twist in the top of it. It's down the whole piece, really.
Yep, gives it a nice swirl of bubbles and color. Just marbling the back edge of it on the metal table. It's called a marver, so that we don't get a bunch of big bubbles back there.
Controlled bubbles.
Controlled chaos.
So here we go for the second gather. So all that sodium nitrate will bubble underneath the clear and cause all those little bubbles in there. So here we are just trying to marver that second gather off the end of the first gather.
This gives it a nice depth looking through the glass. You can see that swirly pattern inside there.
Just kind of tapering the end, trying to get sort of a rough kind of egg shape that it'll be eventually. So I'm going to pause here to go make a fancy bit that you will do a trail down the piece with.
Yeah. That's kind of why I put that edge on there, so that I know where to put the trail to. Gives me a kind of a guide where to stop. So right here we're just melting colors in. Mixing two different colors together. There you can see it, black and white. The inside of this egg is kind of a white, sparkly color, so I thought black and white would go good with this. So there we touch it to the hot glass, it sticks, so you start rolling it, and it just makes this nice trail going down the piece. Very old technique.
Very nicely done. It's like you've done it before.
I am the master.
Of everything else. So once again, using a mold just to kind of mark the piece where we're going to pull through the trail there.
It makes it so I can get nice even petals. Just going to have some petals coming up off the bottom.
You can kind of see those marks from the mold, and then we use a pull tool to pull through the surface and pull that trail. Just trying to stay through the trail piece.
So there we go, got our 5 petals.
And through the magic of editing, we're right back again.
Take a steak knife, and it catches the surface and pulls all those up.
It's a good example of our resourcefulness with tools in the studio. Anything we can touch to the glass, might as well try using it.
Except for our fingers.
Just kind of marvering again. And the metal tables there called marvers, just shaping it, getting a rough egg shape on the piece.
Alright, now I'm gonna You squeeze it down with the tools called jacks, and that's where we eventually break it off of the pipe.
You can really see all those layers and that really nice trail pattern on the piece. It's gonna be very optical. It's another good example of just using the tools all sorts of different ways.
So this is a wooden block that just sits in water all the time, waterlogged. You spin it in the wooden block and it kind of floats on a layer of steam.
The block kind of has a egg shape to it, so it kind of helps us get that shape in the piece.
Once it starts smoking a little bit like that, you have to put it back in the water so you don't burn the crap out of it.
It happens so fast in the video.
Yeah, takes a lot longer than this video.
I'm using a different set of jacks with a finer blade just to squeeze it down. So it has a small break off.
It's going to be the bottom of the egg there. So I'll hold it up and let it kind of slump back on those blades. Makes a nice flat spot.
You can really see that white swirl pattern on the inside. And a little tap right where we jacked it down. It pops right off the pipe. So if you're really careful once you jack a piece down, moving around the studio, you can't bang the pipe into anything because it'll pop off that easily.
There, I'm just getting that where it broke off. Nice and melted. Flat spot there. Making sure that's nice and molten. Then we take a little tool. It's a nice flat surface and kind of push on it a little bit. And there we go. Flat
Nice
spot
and
for
flat.
it to sit.
And that's how we make an egg. Thanks for watching, you guys. Go to glassquest.com to look at all of our glass work and find us on all the social medias at GlassQuestArt.